if we're trying.
Now we're breaking free.
Ooh, breaking free. Welcome to boyfriend material.
Keep thinking, singing. Welcome to Boyfriend Material. I'm excited for today because I talked Sam into watching this show because I feel slightly superior to the people. Because listen, I've been standing Olivia Rodrigo for a minute, and now that she blew up, everybody's like a big fan, and I'm like, I've been a fan since like a year ago.
Oh, you're like the modern day hipster. What's like the new word for
Literally.
hipster?
What?
What do the Gen Zs call a hipster now?
I don't think they call.
They don't have you guys
I don't
just
think
you're just all hipsters?
So you consider me a Gen Z?
No, not really.
See,
I mean, I don't know what you are. I guess you are a Gen Z.
I'm in the middle. I can technically pass for both. I'm right on the line.
She's right on the line. Borderline. Ooh. Okay.
Okay. How did you feel about my beloved? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't
Guys,
know.
so for some fucking reason, my text messages keep ringing on this computer and we don't know why. And I don't know how to turn it off and it's driving me crazy.
I wish this was something. I mean, I can edit it out, but if you're talking when it's happening, it's not going to make it easy.
No,
Slash, I won't be able to do it.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out. Should I just ignore it?
I mean, if you ignore it, everyone is going to be slightly annoyed, I think, but I don't know how either because I'm not there to look at your computer.
Okay, I literally just quit the messaging app. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that will make a difference. Let's see.
Yeah, because it's never done that before. Do you normally not have your messaging app up?
I mean, sometimes, not always. I don't even know if this is part of the podcast right now.
You know what? It might be.
It might be.
They deserve to know what's happening
The
behind the
truth.
scenes.
The
They need
truth.
to actually. They need to know. We're honest here. We're opening up our
We're very
hearts.
honest. We're very honest on our feelings of things. Today's my mom's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Will
Mhm.
be. It's actually your mom's birthday when we're
It's
filming.
actually my mom's birthday today. Not
Happy
when it's
birthday!
coming out. But yeah, my mom's birthday was in Cobra Kai week. In case
Okay, in case you guys are
you guys were wondering.
aware.
Yeah, we watched High School Musical, the musical, the series, which has one of my favorite title of all time.
The title is killer.
Because I think it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember when I first saw the trailers and saw it was gonna be like a mockumentary.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the best idea ever. Like, legitimately, I love it here.
I have to say, when I started this, I
Mm-hmm.
really hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the end of it, I really loved it, which is that's not it's very
It's a kids show. It's for kids.
it's not even just that. It's like anything that's ever come out that has to do with musicals or show choir or like high school performances.
Mm-hmm.
I've always immediately hated them because I was a theater kid and I always feel like, oh, you're not doing it justice. Like they're not capturing it right. And then I get like through it and I'm like, oh my God, I love this show.
That's cute. At what moment were you like, I actually like this show?
I'll tell you the exact moment I was like, I fucking love this show. Because I had like, it was slowly happening. So like it slowly happened like when you have Miss Jen and Mr. Mazzara, they kind of like hit it off that on Thanksgiving. So I'm
Mhm.
slowly like starting to like it then. But the moment I was like, I love this show was when Seb makes his big debut in the performance and he comes on his Sharpay and he's like, hold, like he's at the top of the steps and starts singing.
Yeah.
I like teared up during that part. I was like, oh my God.
The rehearsal?
And I think it was the performance. Which
That's the last episode.
yeah, but that was when I knew I loved the show. But that's normally how it is with me. And I didn't like Glee like the first 2 seasons, and I'm like a total Gleek now.
That's funny.
Also, speaking of Glee, this is something that really bothered me about the show. When they're at the party and Carlos pulls out like his game that he made.
I thought that was so cute.
It was really cute, but he has like one section of like questions, and it's like find the Glee or something like that, and he explains that it's because he liked the show Glee, and then he's like, I thought you guys would all judge me, and I was like, who are these theater kids that are too cool for
Dude,
Glee now?
There's a lot of like Glee roasting lately. I mean, if you do rewatch Glee now, it's very problematic, but I kind of understood that it was kind of like dark comedy the entire time, but I don't think people realize that it's supposed to be dark comedy.
You know what else is weird? Like, because it's to say it's problematic is crazy, because when it was coming out, it was like one of the only shows that was dealing with a lot of those topics. Like,
Yes, that's also like I feel that the more Gen Zers don't remember that because they were
well, they wouldn't know.
they were literal children. I was in grade school, and I wasn't in grade school. I was in middle school and early high school when Glee was like popping. And I don't think I had never seen like a fully fledged gay character.
There weren't, and they
Like,
weren't allowed to be like out, and they certainly weren't allowed to just like have such a prominent role, and like he's like one of the main characters.
he's basically the main character. And like I remember vividly the episode where him Kurt Hummel, Kurt Hummel's the name, right? Yeah. Kurt and Rachel are fighting to sing Gravity.
Yes.
And then Kurt can't sing Gravity because he's a guy.
You can't
and
reach
then
that
he's
part.
better than Rachel, and then he gets to sing it. Oh, it's great. It's great.
And then also he's not the only like gay character. They bring in what's his name? Who's the guy from the other school in the Warblers?
He's so hot.
He is fine. Like damn.
His name
Darren
is
something.
I am very aware of his existence at all time. Dan.
I think it's Darren.
Darren Criss.
Darren Criss.
Yes. He's a fantastic actor.
And then they like have a relationship, and then that like falls through, and we have all like this big like what it's like to be gay and come out in high school.
And then they get back together. It's great. It's a good show. I'm a Ryan Murphy apologist.
If you think that Glee is problematic, I understand why you would think that if you're living in today's world. But if you grew up like, you know, anytime before now, it was a big step forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of unfair.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's weird to judge things from the past by the rules of today, because it's like, well, they had different rules back then.
Yeah,
they were trying to break those rules.
Bothers me when people try to like cancel shows from forever ago. Like you need to let yourself enjoy things that made you happy when the world wasn't as nuanced or as obviously nuanced, I think.
Yeah. That being said, this show is pretty awesome
It's pretty awesome.
Like they represent a lot of people.
Okay, so when my jaw first dropped, like watching this show, was when I realized that Mimi has two moms.
Yeah, and they just like gloss over it. It's just like, that's cool, that's normal.
Yeah.
I like that.
I remember because I was like, I think this show has such a special place in my heart because I watched it last year at a time where I was like really sad and really upset that I was not going home for Christmas.
Aww.
And I just felt really alone. And I watched this show and I have really fun memories of High School Musical.
Yeah.
High School Musical came out when I was in the 5th grade. So I genuinely grew up with it. Yeah. So like I remember like me and my brother, I would make him like rehearse the Sharpay and Ryan dance. I'm sure there's a video somewhere. And like I had the singing game, and I remember like on premiere days for High School Musical, we would go to church early so we would be home on time for the premiere on Disney Channel.
Aww.
And we have pizza. Like it was special for me. So like this show just made me immensely happy. And that's why like I showed you my vision board. Like I have a poster of this show on my vision board.
Yeah.
Because like it just connected me so like seamlessly with a part of my childhood that I remember really fondly. And I was like, oh, High School Musical, I love you. But yeah, it's great. For you guys that haven't seen it and don't want to watch it, first of all, I think you should watch it. But if you don't want to watch it, it's basically a mockumentary on the high school where High School Musical was shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've never staged a production of High School Musical. And that's obviously like bonkers. So some crazy ass woman who's a director, theater teacher, shows up, director, air quotes, shows up and goes crazy because she's like, this school needs to do a fucking High School Musical thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because it becomes a High School Musical-esque story while they're doing High School Musical. And I remember the first time I watched it. So I watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched like 4 episodes last night that I thought were like pivotal. So yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, like the most important.
Yeah, that I thought that maybe.
Or maybe you like the most.
Not, I love all of them. I mean, the finale is my favorite one, but I love all of them. And I remember I watched the audition episode, the pilot, when Ricky's late, and then fucking Miss Jen says Troy would have been on time, and I was like, "Bitch, did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Troy was late." That's literally what happens in High School Musical.
But that's
See, if I could rewrite a character on this show, I think it'd be Miss Jen, because there's a few I really like her sometimes, and there's other times where I'm like, I hate this.
I think you're supposed to hate her.
I think you're supposed to be annoyed by her.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're just not, she's not a perfect character. Her line.
Yeah.
So are we starting out by talking about Miss Jen?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So yeah, so she has this line in the original. She's supposed to have been in the TV show, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she had one line, and it was like, "Is that the last apple?" Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was. Is that the last apple? And they cut it, and she's never been able to live it down, even though she's clearly like 40.
Yo, that woman, she's got to be at least 45.
She on my Miss Jen notes, I have delusional.
Yes.
With good intentions. She's projecting 24/7, and low-key a great director.
She's a great director. That is true.
I like that. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
That she was able to make. I like seeing how she realized that she's good at this.
Yeah, she's not completely delusional. I like, there's a scene where, like, she's fallen down and she has this like dream that she's singing with the original Ryan, and he's like, comes back. It's him.
Did you scream? Because I screamed when I saw it.
I was like, I can't believe they did this. But I liked it because he compares her to like Elphaba or like someone else. Yeah, and he goes, I'm more of a Glinda. And I was like, well, that's true.
Listen,
100%.
When I was watching again last night, I thought it was funny because they bring Lucas Gabriel back, he plays Ryan, right?
Yeah.
For that dream sequence. And in this version of High School Musical, the musical, whatever, if you actually know this movie, the guy that plays Sharpay,
yeah,
he sings all of Ryan's parts.
And the guy who's supposed to be Ryan doesn't even have a name in the show.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. And I am like, this is so funny and weird.
Very strange.
Like, even, it's so funny. Because, like, even the part, my favorite Sharpay moments when this is not what I want. This is not what I planned. Ryan goes, something, like, she goes like, something is really, I think Ryan says, something's not right, and then Sharpay goes, really wrong, puts her hand in his face, like, shut the fuck up, it's my song. And that's like not in the movie. And Bob to the Top, he's literally like not even in the number. He's like, just prancing around like he's not
Yeah.
singing. That was wild.
It was funny. If I was the guy, what's his Lucas, whatever,
Yeah.
and they asked me to come back and do like my role as Ryan in this like one episode, and I realized that the person that they had playing Ryan doesn't really have a name or any character development in the show, I would be like, whoa, so you guys just think that I'm the only loser from High School Musical and everyone else is just too goddamn busy to do the show? Thanks a lot.
You're kind of right, but I have no idea what Lucas Gabriel is doing right now. No clue.
I don't know. But he looked the same. He looked good. He looked exactly like he did in High School Musical.
He looked the same but fat.
A little fat, but not like, I mean, understandably fat. Like I'm 30, I'm a little fatter, you know, that kind of energy.
I know that Corbin Blue's doing Broadway.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I'm like, yeah, good for you. Zac Efron's being a fucking movie star.
Zac Efron is being Zac Efron.
Like, I love Zac Efron, you guys. Like, we know. And Vanessa Hudgens is trying to like have a career and it's not working out. They're trying to make her like the Christmas queen at Netflix and it's not working. And I have thoughts. I think that if Vanessa happens to watch this episode, Vanessa, I have an idea. This is what I think you should do. I think you should be the next Bachelorette.
Oh yeah, she should.
She should be the next Bachelorette.
She'd be great for that.
Right? And she's ABC is Disney. So it's not even that big of a crossover. And I don't think you know this, but Vanessa, I don't like Vanessa Hudgens, first off, but this triggered me. Vanessa Hudgens had been dating Austin Butler for like 8 years.
Who's Austin Butler?
You will know who he is in a year when the Elvis Presley movie comes out and he plays Elvis Presley.
Oh, they've done like 5 Elvis Presley movies. I don't need to see another one.
No, a biopic and Tom Hanks is in it. How dare you? And
again, they've done like 5 biopics of Elvis Presley. One came out when I was like in middle school and there was one before that. I know about Elvis.
Okay, listen, but the biopics that came out were like lame. This is like a big production. Like fucking Tom Hanks is in this bitch. Tom Hanks makes no mistakes.
I get that, but I'm just saying no one cares about Elvis anymore.
I care about
Graceland recently, it's dead.
God, shut the fuck up. I love Elvis. We've talked about this.
Oh, that's just because you're foreign.
Okay.
I will say everyone that I've met who's not American is still like, Elvis is the king. And everyone who's American is like, hey, we replaced him with Michael a long time ago.
I don't fuck with Michael.
You don't like Michael Jackson?
I love him. I love his music, but I have a really hard time forgetting
that he
all of
little boys.
Yeah,
that has neither been confirmed or denied.
You know it's fucking true.
It's for sure true. But hey, Elvis is no like, good guy either.
Oh no, yeah, but like Elvis wasn't alive when I was alive. So it's easy for me to like put it in the back burner. But I remember seeing Michael Jackson in the news. I remember when he died. Like, anyway, this is irrelevant. Back to Vanessa. Who's
not even in the show that we're talking about.
Listen, she gave Austin all of her 20s. Like, she dated him through all of her 20s. And then he got this big role and dumped her.
I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
I know, but I'm triggered. And then for like a month, she went on a full like Instagram rampage where she would only post thirst traps.
Nice. Way to go, Vanessa.
And it was stressing me the fuck out. So I really want Vanessa to be the Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever guy she picks, I want them to have a reality show, a separate reality show. And then after we do that for season 2, Vanessa, you go on Broadway.
You mean like a reality show with her and her guy, like they did with Jessica Simpson and Lachey?
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, we go to Broadway. And then after you do Broadway and you make some money, you can produce some indie feature film.
Okay, you should be her agent. You gotta like hit this girl up and let her know.
Right? That I have a lot of ideas for her career. Like it's very.
All right.
Anyway,
we got to get back to Miss Jen. Do you have any other final thoughts?
I kind of like her with Ricky's dad. I kind of like that couple.
I liked her way better with Mr. Mazzara. I was like, I want to see them together because they like hate each other and then they're like kind of into each other.
I kind of want Mr. Massaro to be gay.
I just don't see it. He seems straight to me, but I guess that's not, it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, it's irrelevant, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a thing. Because if there's gonna be a love triangle, it's not gonna be the adults.
No, 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 no.
But I would like him to be gay because I thought it was really cute when he was talking to Carlos
Oh,
about,
yeah. And he's like, you can
yeah,
do
and
this on
he
your
like
own.
did not flinch
Hmm.
when he was like, the guy who was gonna be my date stood me up, and he didn't flinch, and I was like, that's not something that would have happened in my high school. So
Yeah, but it's supposed to be happening now. And I think high school's a lot more open than it used to be.
I kind of want to go. I really
To
wish
high
that
school,
I as a field trip.
just go like walk through one and pretend to be a student.
Yeah, like 21 Jump Street. We should do a 21 Jump Street.
We should.
I
Uh, I've
love
never
it.
seen that. I've seen one of the movies. I can't remember if I've seen the first or the second one.
You probably have seen the first one, like Brie Larson's in it, and it's kind of wild that it's Brie Larson.
Maybe I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, it's such a good movie.
The thing I didn't like, there are two things, and this has to do with Mr. Mazzara as well,
Mhm.
because I guess we're transitioning into him. The thing that bothered me the most about both of these teachers, if they have this kind of like, it's like they went with the sort of those who can't do teach trope. You
Mhm.
know, like you always hear that those who can't do teach. So that she's like a failure, a failed actress. So she's
Mhm.
teaching. And we don't know that he's a failure, but I mean, he says that he has an engineering degree. Which
I
is like,
never,
if you have an engineering degree, you shouldn't be teaching. You should have like a really good job, getting paid lots of money.
I don't, see, I didn't get that from him. Like, I heard that, like, to me, he legitimately looks like the kind of person that enjoys teaching.
I mean, he does. He's like straight A teacher.
So it wouldn't be shocking to me if he has an engineering degree and then he's like, yeah, I did this really cool thing with engineering. I'm gonna go teach for 3 years because I love teaching,
Hmm.
and I'm doing this engineering thing on the side.
I mean,
And
that's possible too.
that's how I saw it, because like he reminded me of like, I have very few teachers that I vividly remember them like fucking loving teaching. Like you could
Yeah.
tell that they love it. And he's one of those guys.
Hmm.
I liked his whole character. Um it's funny because when I first saw it, I didn't like pay a lot of attention to it, but I was texting you and you were very into Mr. Mathara. So I
Oh
started
yeah.
paying more attention. And
He's like
honestly,
for sure my favorite character. I
so
don't know.
funny.
It's so many.
He's so funny,
He's really
no
funny.
bullshit, shoots it straight.
Yeah, I
And
like his style. Like he's just like, this is how it is.
I love him. Something that both Miss Jen and Mr. Mazzara do that I think is the funniest is that they fully believe that this shit that they're doing with high schoolers is the most important thing in the world.
They really do.
Like
Like even in the first
he,
episode when he's like he says that like school is a place for learning, not for,
the professional learning environment.
a professional
Like,
learning environment.
like no, sir, this is high school. And dude, that's something that my fucking teachers would say. I had a flashback of like being in theater in high school,
Hmm.
and we were being scolded for whatever shit high schoolers get scolded on in high school theater, right? And then a director goes, "This is a semi-professional environment. People are paying for tickets to see you. You're semi-professional." And that was like their whole shtick,
Hmm.
that we need to be more professional. And I'm like, yeah, and we're making no money. We actually paid you to be in this play. We have to pay like $80. So
Yeah,
what
but
the fuck?
they're uh they're still great teachers. I'd say
Oh yeah,
they're
great
very
teachers.
good and considerate, and they care about the
They
students.
care about their kids. It's cute.
Very cute.
I want to segue
Yeah, who do you
to
want to talk about next?
I think we should do the side characters that are low-key more interesting than the main characters.
Ooh, do you have someone specific you'd like to go to first?
No, you pick.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Big Red and Ashlyn situation?
I love them.
I love them too. They're like two of my favorite characters.
My favorite, they're literally my favorite characters. I like Big Red has my heart. There's this part where he says, "The only thing I'd ever throw in your face is the bigger spotlight because I
I
like
know.
hearing you sing."
I know. I'm like, oh, guy.
I cried because that was so pure. That was like, and the guy that plays Big Red is a fucking great actor.
He really is.
Like
They're both really good actors.
they're
They're
both
probably the
really
best
good.
actors in the show.
I think I think they're both really great, and I also think that Carlos is really great.
Carlos. Oh yeah, I love Carlos too.
I
The
love Carlos.
choreographer.
Yeah, the choreographer. I also think Ricky's a really good actor, and I think Nini's a better singer than she's an actress, but I'm not bothered by her acting.
Oh, that's funny. I don't think Ricky's a good actor at all.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I feel like my problem with a lot of and then they're young, but a lot
Mhm.
of it is it's stage acting and no one knows how to react in this show. You know, like they say acting
It's
is
very
reacting.
Disney Channel.
Yeah, no one is reacting. The only person that really is reacting in my eyes was Ashlyn. Like she's very natural,
Yep.
very like I am hearing what you're saying and now I'm responding to what you're saying because I
Yeah.
just took in this information.
I see that. I see that. I think he's a really good Disney Channel actor.
Hmm.
Because like that's how the Disney Channel acting goes.
Yeah.
There's this fantastic SNL bit with Miley Cyrus and Keenan Thompson where they talk
Uh-huh.
about how every Disney Channel character is the loudest person in the room at all
Yes.
times. And I'm like, yes, that's how it is. But I think he's a good actor because I really liked
Ricky,
uh
is this who you're talking about?
yes.
Okay.
I liked when his parents were getting divorced.
Hmm.
I really liked those scenes for him. I thought he did a really good job. And then his love declaration was beautiful.
Yeah, he's very cute.
He's very cute too. I
I
like him.
I felt like he and Nene were kind of the same level of actor, whereas there's like a lot of the side characters were much better actors. And then there's some other people who are much worse actors. Like I feel like EJ is like maybe the worst actor in the show.
The way I never fucked with EJ.
He
Like never.
sucks.
And I
We're
love that
just
the jerk says Army Hammer called. She wants his jawline back. And that's just so much more funnier now. Like
yeah.
they don't know how funny that was gonna be in 2021 when they wrote that.
they
And
were they were just like, oh, Army Hammer. He's perfect person
they
to
they
mention.
look really similar.
They have very similar looks.
Like it's the same. I was having a conversation with a friend about this. I'm gonna segue really quickly into Army Hammer for a sec, who alleged cannibal. I don't think he is a cannibal, whatever. But my friend and I were like talking about this, and I was like, honestly, it's not it was surprising to me that he was such a good actor. Because like if you think about it, imagine being oil tycoon money,
Hmm.
being 6'5", having that Army Hammer face. He's never been told no in his life
Yeah.
for anything. He doesn't know how to be a normal person. Like he doesn't know how it works because he like his entire life I can totally picture people bending over backwards for him.
yeah.
So I like it's just like everybody's like, oh, he's an asshole, surprise. And I'm like not shocked at all.
Yeah.
Like it's not surprising to me. I don't care. Thank you, next. Like I
Does
don't
cannibalism really make you an asshole or does it make you like a crazy person? I
I
really
don't
don't.
even know what's going on. Like, dude, I follow at House of Effie, the girl that's exposing him on Instagram, and I'm
Uh-huh.
very confused because like sometimes it looks like she's just being petty, and then other times it looks like she's really traumatized, and I can't tell. I really can't tell, and I really want somebody to do a deep dive and make a 2-hour YouTube video on this because I'm tired of
Yeah.
looking into it. Anyway, he gets compared to Army Hammer, and it's really funny. But I really think it's good casting because that is exactly the kind of kid in high school that like I can picture being that bitch.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because I didn't there weren't any guys in our theater club like that. There were guys like Ricky, like who were
Okay,
not from theater, but like they were sweet guys and like were trying it out.
cute.
But there weren't like guys who were like the hot guy in school and were also in the theater club.
See, my high school did have that, and
Okay.
I had mad beef with the theater club that I'm like still trying to like resolve in my heart. Because I never got a good part. I never did anything. Like I literally played a Harvard student in Legally Blonde the musical. That's what I
Hmm.
played. And I played so an extra. And I played the gym teacher in fucking Hairspray. And then now that I was thinking about that the other day, which is fine because it's like it was like a funny bit, like a physical comedy type
Hmm.
situation. And the direction I got verbatim was, so you're gonna be the creepy lesbian gym teacher that's hitting on the students. And then my 16-year-old ass is like, of course, dope.
Cool.
But that's like fucked up. What do you mean? But anyway, I never got a good part, and it was just very upsetting to me because I legitimately think I'm a good actor. I just can't sing. But there's so many characters in like the musicals that like legitimately like didn't sing and I could have played.
Hmm.
Like I just always felt that it was very okay, I can't think of the right word, but they were talking about it in this thing like, oh, she's a senior, so she's gonna get it. He's gonna like it's very weird like that.
Hmm.
Like people think they deserve roles and
Because
stuff.
they put in their time.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean? And I just like I wasn't there for that. And then I always felt that like, and this might be like jealousy, but like I don't think so because I still feel this way. Like the people that consistently played leads, they were treated like Jesus.
Yeah.
And that was weird as fuck to me. Because
Oh,
I'm like,
because they were like
girl,
gods. They were like, oh, these people are going to go on and go to like theater arts colleges or.
dude, I mean, so they did, and still like I hope they fucking make it. That'd be dope if the people from my high school that were good at theater end up in Broadway. But I just don't like how the the system, the theater, high school theater system treated them like they were like better.
Yeah, I had a similar experience because I transferred to my high school
Mhm.
from like a private school to the public school. And the private school I was at before was much smaller and they didn't have a theater arts program. So I was really excited to go to the public school because they had a really big one.
Mhm.
But when I got there, it was my junior year.
Oh,
So I was kind of behind everyone in that everyone else had put in more time, quote unquote. Like certain people were getting things, not that I feel like I deserve them, but they were expected to get them because they had been in theater
yeah,
arts
that's
since the
something
very
that
beginning.
bothered me. Dude, there was this one thing I was thinking about last night when I was watching. I'm like, I'm gonna need to tell Sam about this. There was this girl in my high school that okay, are you familiar with Legally Blonde the musical?
No, I've never seen the musical, but I've seen the movie like a
Okay, the
bajillion
musical is fucking
times.
great. It's actually great. But okay, so she was the hottest shit in high school. Like she's a beautiful.
Hmm.
But I want you to understand that she's like an olive skin goddess with like wavy dark hair.
Hmm.
So, and she fully believed that she was gonna get casted as Elle Woods.
She don't look like Elle Woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Did
And then
did
she
you
did
even have blonde students at your school?
no, but like we had like yeah we did, but like she like I could have worn a blonde wig, and in stage it wouldn't look crazy. But like if she wears a blonde wig, it's gonna look crazy.
Why does everyone say that if you're tan, you can't have blonde hair? That's not fair. Beyonce has blonde hair.
Okay, but Beyonce's
She's
not
black.
Beyonce's not legally blonde. Like that's not the shtick. Anyway, this is funny because in the high school thing, she was casted as the mean girl, the one that like ends up being engaged to Warren.
Hmm.
and you don't know anything about Legally Blonde the musical, but that girl has the best song. She only has one song, but she has the best song. Kind of
Okay.
like Ashlyn.
Oh yeah, Ashlyn does have the best song in this
She has
show.
that girl has like the best song, and she has to like she belts her heart out. And like I'm gonna say a month or 2 months into rehearsals, she just quit because she didn't like not being the lead.
Wow, that's crazy.
She was a senior and she was expecting to be the lead, and then the other senior got the lead, and it was such like the level of drama and pettiness that all of it was. And I remember like making fun of it with my friends because like we were like, I don't fucking know, like what, sophomores, and we just thought it was so funny and so petty. And now I
Well,
think it's funnier.
I mean, when you're a senior in high school and you're like going out for a show, you're thinking this is my last hurrah. Cause that's what's really like I remember like so all the seniors every year in my theater department on our last show, all the seniors would kiss the stage. And like that was like we're
Ew,
saying goodbye. I know it sounds gross, but it was really like heartfelt.
ew, okay.
So you get your senior year, you're like, oh, I want to have like a really big part. And I didn't get the part I wanted my senior year. I went home and I cried. Like I crawled into bed with my mom and I was like, I didn't get the part. And the worst part is my best friend did. And you're like, you have to be happy for this person.
What part did you get?
I got like the lead, like choral person, which made me even more upset because it was like,
That's so bad.
and she made like this big stink about it too. She was like, "Well, we really need you to do this because you're a really strong singer." And it's like, "Well, give me the fucking lead."
Fucked up. What part was it?
I didn't even like the musical. We did Seussical the musical, and I wanted to be Maisie, and my best friend got the part.
Dude, no. So this happened to me too, but not like that. Because my cousin got the part I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that
I wanted
sucks.
to be that's fucking but it's fine. I mean, she was very popular and like pretty, whatever. It's fine.
Oh, you're
Um,
gonna blame it on her being popular and pretty?
absolutely.
Dude,
Straight
what
up.
if she was? What if she just had a better audition?
I don't fucking know. The thing is that I thought it was so funny because I mean I never talked to her about this because we're not close or anything. But
Oh,
I do remember that like when we were filling out the forms for like the musical, you had to like write down like what would be your dream role.
yeah.
And I wanted to be Miss Baltimore Crabs. That's like the momager.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
like that's
Baltimore Crafts.
I was like, that's the best one. And there's only one song. So that means I have 5 months to learn how to sing this one song.
Yeah.
It's completely doable. Just like, give me the shot. Like, I can do this. And then she got it, and I got the gym teacher. And I was like, checks out. This is how our entire life has played at this point.
Gosh, we've really gotten off the original our original task of
I know.
the musical
Sorry.
series. Sorry guys, we're reliving our traumatic musical past. I think that's also probably why I didn't like the show. I was like, gosh, this is just bringing up all of my failure in high school as a musical person.
Dude, I still think that I'm gonna end up on Broadway one day. I'm not even kidding.
I kind of semi think that too, because I don't even practice singing anymore, and I'm
Yeah.
not that bad.
You're really good. Like actually you're good. Like I fully think that I'm gonna be that celebrity that like gets invited to like revamp a show.
That'd be cool.
Like I would fucking love that. And I think it should be Chicago because
Wait, who do you
I
want to be in Chicago?
wait, why do I want to be in Chicago?
No, who?
What? Who?
Who?
Oh, not Roxy, the other bitch.
Oh, fuck, what's her name? She's awesome.
She doesn't sing that much.
She doesn't sing as much. You have to dance though.
I dance. I can dance.
Okay.
So I think it'd be perfect. So that'd be an idea. I can also be Belle in Beauty and the Beast. I would love that. But she does sing a lot. So. Anyway. High School Musical, the series.
So we've already talked about Big Red and Ashlyn a lot.
I want to talk about Big Red for a minute. I think Big Red is the unsung hero of this show.
He really is. He steps in from the beginning to help out, and
Yeah,
then
he's so nice. He's so nice. And then when like Nene and Ricky are having their whole thing, he's
mhm,
like, stay out of it, Courtney. And then Courtney's being a bitch to him.
mhm.
And I'm like, Courtney, sit down.
Oh, but I love Courtney. She's such a good friend.
Courtney's such a good friend, but it really bothers me that it's yet again the sassy black girl trope.
Yeah, they did do that to her.
That bothered me. It didn't bother me as much because at least Nene is clearly half Asian.
Mhm.
So it's not as blatant, I guess.
Well, there's
But
also so much diversity in the show, you're not
yeah,
noticing that they made her
yeah, I just
sassy.
am very acutely aware of the.
I felt like the biggest wrong they did to Courtney was that she's clearly the best singer in the whole show, like without a doubt, and they
That
barely
was
like give her singing parts.
that was crazy. When I heard her sing, I was like, "What? Like, how is she not?"
Because there's scenes where you have Nene and Courtney singing together, and it's like so obvious that she's the best singer. Because Nene's a good singer, but Courtney's like 20 times better.
And that song's a banger.
The building
The Born
castle,
to Be Brave.
yeah, that song goes hard. I like cried a little bit.
Dude, I cried again. Like, because I told you that I cried when I watched it the first time. I cried again watching it the second time. And it has really good lyrics. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I like it.
Well, we had just had a conversation about how I need to be more confident, and I like
Yeah.
shlubbed you off, and I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm just not vocal about my confidence." And then I was listening to them have that same conversation. It was like, "Oh my god, I'm needy."
Honestly, I'd rather be Courtney than Nene.
I would much rather be Courtney than Nene.
Let's
Courtney's,
talk about Courtney for a sec.
yeah. Let's talk about Courtney.
Um, okay, my pros and cons. I have that she is a good friend
Mhm.
and the best singer.
Best singer, without a doubt.
Uh, Cons, sassy black friend.
I mean, there are actually sassy black friends out there, so it's not
I know,
fair to say that's a
I know.
con. It's just a con on Disney.
I'm probably being like a SJW
Yeah.
right now and like annoying people. Like, when she's so trying to be so woke. No. This was just my thought process watching the show.
Mhm.
I always think her makeup looks beautiful.
Mhm.
Like, she has the best style.
She does have the best style. Everything she's like got cool earrings. She's got like I like that long denim jacket she had, that like floor
God.
length denim jacket. I was like, what
Yeah.
is this,
Oh
girl?
my god, I told Sam that we had the same earrings because I was watching it again and I saw that Courtney was wearing a pair of earrings that I have and I forgot to wear them.
Oh, I should have reminded you. I kind of
I
forgot it.
should've-
That's my fault.
Anyway, should we cover Gina? Who's next?
Let's talk about Gina.
Um, the only con that I have on Gina is that she's a cunt.
Yeah, she is a hardcore
She's
bitch
a
in the
cunt,
beginning.
but she is a valid cunt.
And it's not like because I really didn't like her at first, and you were like, oh well, her character grows, and I think that's she has that very like army kid kind of vibe. Like I travel a lot, I had to put up these walls to deal with
Hmm.
the fact that I'm not going to know you in a year,
Hmm.
and so and when you find out those things about her, like that she's always moving. You do have a lot of sympathy for her, and you realize that that's how she reacts to being. That's how she handles being the new girl all the time.
Hmm.
And I like that too because I've been the new girl a lot, and my perspective was always to be quiet and like withdrawn, and I like this idea of a character that I'm the new girl so often that I know what I have to do is make my mark and make it fast because I might not be here after that.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
I like that take on
Hmm.
the army brat. Like, I had never seen that before. She is a phenomenal dancer.
Oh my god, yeah, she's like
Like,
a gymnast or something.
no, that's the dancer. So why? Because she's splitting and like her high kicks are insane.
Yeah, but I think does more than just dance. Like she can clearly like do a lot of things with her body. Like she's an athlete.
She's great. I loved her. Um, I like her because like she's that bitch. Like, really, that's the one that I'm
She
like, she's that
snaps.
bitch. She snaps. She conquers it all. I have a dancing queen. And I really like when she tells Nini, you're a great actress. Act like you know what you're doing. Because
Mhm.
that's something that I've had friends told me before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt for Nini. And that was cute. It was cute. I like that. And then when Ashley offers her to stay with her, dude, Ashlyn deserves all the awards. I love Ashlyn.
Yeah, Ashlyn's the coolest.
Let's talk about Ashlyn.
We've talked about Ashlyn before, but we
We
can talk
did?
about her again. We started out with Ashlyn. I was like, let's talk about Big Red and Ashlyn.
Okay, but I have an Ashlyn that like I think she's so supportive and so talented and the best team player in the whole thing.
She
And
really is.
I love her mannerisms. Like the acting is top notch. The only
Great actor.
negative thing about her is that she's related to EJ.
Yeah, that sucks.
That
We'll have to
like
see EJ at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
literally the only thing about that like I don't like about her.
Oh, my favorite thing about Ashlyn, and I really related to her because I was this girl in school, is that she is in every club. She's in freaking baking club. I was like, I love this girl. I get her. I was in a cheese club in college, and I was like, I get
Cheese
you,
club?
Ashlyn. Yeah,
What do you do in the cheese club?
you eat cheese.
That sounds like an amazing club.
It is an amazing club. I was the co-president for a year, so I mean, I didn't poop for a year, but it was great.
You didn't poop because of cheese?
Yeah, it's a very binding substance.
I poop fine.
Well, you're probably eating a lot of vegetables.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't 'cause you were in college. I get it.
I was in college. I took a my senior year of college, I took a lifetime fitness class where you had to like keep a journal of what you ate all
Yeah.
week. And
That
I
would have triggered the fuck out of me. I can't do
yo,
that.
it really freaked me out because at the end of the week I realized like 90% of my diet was cheese. And that was the year I wasn't even in cheese club. That's just my regular cheese intake.
Oh my god, no. No.
But yeah, Ashlyn is such a baller, and she's cool, and I like that too because she's they kind of make her out to be sort of like this nerdy side character, but at
Mhm.
the same time she's like really cool, and that's how I feel like theater and like Glee Club and all those kinds of things are. It's like a place where anyone who is like cool with themselves and is all right expressing with themselves is
Mhm.
welcome because we're all weird and that's fine.
Yeah. I really, really like her.
I really
I think
like
we need to talk about Nini and Ricky so we can
Mimi.
cover the driver's license drama.
Okay, so they were together in real life.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Let's talk about pros and cons between Nini and Ricky and their parents because I want to roast Ricky's mom for a minute.
Ew. Okay. Ricky's mom sucks big balls.
Sucks.
Sucks,
Fuck.
sucks, 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 sucks. And then she acts like she doesn't understand why he's mad at her. And it's like, yo, you just up and left and moved to Chicago and
And
didn't tell me why you're there. I had to
you
find out
already
from my
had a
dad.
boyfriend?
You have a boyfriend immediately. Also, this is supposed to be from the beginning of the school year. This starts, and then we get to like right after Thanksgiving, like right before Christmas break.
Yeah.
So, in the matter of 3 to 4 months, you go from you're just living in Chicago to / you're separated from my dad. So now you have a boyfriend.
No, did that like really made me mad, and that's why I think that Ricky was really good at like dramatic scenes,
Mm-hmm.
not so much like the comedy, whatever. But like when he was talking to his mom, and then his mom didn't get it, you could see the pain in his eyes, and I was like, baby boy, baby boy.
He has a very sweet face too. So like when
Yeah, so you
he's
feel for him.
sad, you feel for him.
Yeah, and then when he stays at Nini's house,
But then he doesn't because
he
he
does
feels bad.
that, and then he's wearing a pride shirt. That was funny.
That was funny.
That's Salt Lake City pride. And I can totally see like Nini's moms. I can totally see the blonde one being the one that like will cover for you.
Oh yeah, she's in a lot of other stuff too. The
Yeah,
blonde mom. She was like I think the dog walker in King of Queens.
she's been she's the vaguely racist neighbor in Blackish.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
it's really funny. It's really, really funny.
She's a great actress.
She's really good. I love her.
I mean, like they don't give her a lot of speaking roles because obviously it's about the kids. But when she shows up, it's like I believe you.
Yeah, I'm like yep, fully on board.
On board.
So Nini, I like that. I think she's talented. I think she's absolutely beautiful,
She's
and
really stunning.
she is 100% a go-getter, which I respect.
Hmm.
But I don't like how boy crazy she is.
I mean,
Which
she's
is,
what, 16? That's
yeah,
pretty
like,
understandable.
I know it's understandable. I just wasn't like that, so I'm like annoyed
Mm,
that she's letting all this shit like ruin her time to shine.
yeah.
And I don't think she's very self-aware.
No, she's not. But I think she makes a really good, because I think I said this to you yesterday or something, but so, like in TV shows, you always have someone who's supposed to be the character you put yourself onto.
Oh yeah. She's perfect for
She's
that.
perfect for that because
Yeah,
I don't want to call her bland, but she's normal, like she's not
vanilla.
over the top kind of character in the show, but she's still sweet and kind. And you like to kind of imagine, like, oh, if I was a girl in this musical, I would be Nene.
No, I would have been Courtney or Ashlyn. Because I would have
I think I would have been Ashlyn.
because I really wanted my high school to do High School Musical because I wanted to be Mrs. Darvis.
Hmm.
Like I wanted to be Mrs. Darvis so bad. I thought that was the best part. Like also I love when the teacher goes to her and says like Mrs. Darvis, and then Ashlyn is like dead, deceased. It's funny as fuck. I love Ashlyn.
Yeah, she's great.
Anyway, for Ricky, I have that he's a stand-up guy, and he's good at heart, and I think he's very ride or die for the people he loves,
Yeah, he is. He's very loyal.
which I really respect. Um, Combs, I have that he's kind of judgy, but he's a 16-year-old boy. And I wrote down that he's not very good at coping, but that's literally so unfair because his entire life is falling apart. So
Yeah, that's not fair. He
like
is
it's
kind
not
of
fair.
having a crisis, like the
He's having
whole
a
musical.
fucking crisis, and in a musical.
So it has to be a little over the top.
Yeah, like he's good. He's a good guy. I like him. I don't think I didn't say anything about EJ, but I said that like on my pros he has like okay, good heart, Army Hammer, cons, savior complex, narcissist.
Oh, he's a total narcissist, like hardcore. And that never changes. Even when like he starts to get better, you're still like, God, this is still all about you. Ew.
I kind of love that though, because that checks out.
They should have had him be Sharpay.
And okay, something I find really funny is that I find it very cringy when high schoolers call each other babe. I don't know why. Or like baby, because I'm like, bitch, you are a baby.
Aww.
Don't be calling other
What
people
else are they
baby.
gonna say?
I don't fucking know. It just irks me weird.
Honey?
And listen, when he's like, well, I can't believe we didn't talk until last summer. It's just very confusing to me because I'm like, this high school's not that big.
Also, wasn't he into the theater arts before the summer camp?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
would have been in like, even if she's a background character, you've worked together on a show before,
Yeah.
obviously.
I was like, what do you mean? That was weird to me.
That was weird. Yeah, he sucks. I would never date
No,
AJ. He's
absolutely
off
not.
the table immediately. Like the
I
first episode, I was like, nah.
see, I thought it was really funny because I was watching it and he's perfectly casted. Like
Yeah.
perfect. Because I'm like looking at him and I'm like, I know that I should think that he's hot shit,
Hmm.
but I'm annoyed at your face. I'm
See,
annoyed.
that was the only thing that I thought was redeeming was his face.
I
And his bod. He's
wanna-
like the only guy on the show who has any kind of muscle mass.
Can we talk about Ricky being shirtless? Have you ever seen a Disney show where a character is shirtless?
No.
Wasn't that wild?
It was also a little upsetting because it's like, yo, this is a kid. Like when he took his shirt off, it's like, there's no way that this is not a child. Put his
Yeah.
shirt back on.
Dude.
And even I'm sorry to the guy who plays Ricky, if you're like, hey, I'm 19 or I'm 21. It's like, yo, you look like a 16-year-old. Leave your shirt on.
I thought I liked it. One, because like I can smell the teen girl hormones from my house being like losing their fucking mind over it. Like I can totally see it.
His shirt's off.
I'm sure that we can find like a fan cam or something online on it.
I'm sure there's like TikToks about it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% there's TikToks.
Wait, so you haven't explained to me the Ricky and Nene real
okay.
life.
So this is what happened. I got really on Sam's ass about watching the show because Olivia Rodrigo released a song called Driver's License. And you told me you heard it.
I've listened to it.
You had listened to it. Thoughts?
It's fine.
Oh my God. Didn't you think it was heartbreaking?
It is like, heartbreaking, but it's like, for me, like, it's like you told me it went to #1 and like all these things. I'm like, I don't understand how your first song is a sad song and it goes to #1. You got to start with bangers, Olivia. I want to be bopping.
No, it went like I looked into it and it's kind of crazy. Like all the records it broke.
That's awesome.
But yeah, she wrote this song, Driver's License.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically about the her allegedly love triangle between Olivia, who's Nini, Joshua Bassett, who plays Ricky, and then there's this other Disney girl called Sabrina Carpenter.
What is she in?
Did you ever watch Tall Girl?
No, but I know about that show. She's the tall girl?
No, she's not the tall girl. She's the pretty sister.
Okay.
And people were like losing their mind about it because Olivia was motherfucking shady, and I stan. I'm gonna read you the fucking exact lyric that like drove Twitter and everybody like mad. She literally goes, and you're probably with the blonde girl who always makes me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about.
Ooh.
Sabrina Carpenter is 4 years older, and she's blonde.
Ooh.
And she already has like a banging career. And it was like, oh my God. Ugh, I felt it. Like, dude, Cardi B tweeted today to Olivia Rodrigo, like asking her to pick her up because she didn't have a driver's license.
Cardi doesn't have a driver. Oh, she's from New York. That makes sense. I had to think about that. I was like, what?
Like, yeah, crazy. So people are really into the song because she's a really big Taylor Swift and Lorde fan. Mm-hmm. And Taylor Swift immediately, like, she's been really supportive of like her song and whatever. I guess it reminds her of herself writing songs about boys when she was 17. So,
and her really whole career.
Cute. And I think that people in my age group are losing their fucking mind over it because it really reminds us of the Selena, Nick, Miley drama.
Okay. I didn't know that there was such Selena, Nick, Miley drama.
Dude, oh my God. That holds so much real estate in my brain. Like, you have no clue. Nick was dating Miley. Then he broke Miley's heart, and then he went to Selena, and then he went back to Miley, and then he went back to Selena. And then
you mean Nick Jonas?
Nick Jonas.
Nick!
And then he married Priyanka Chopra, which is kind of insane. But anyway.
She's pretty hot.
She's pretty hot. But
still, I think she's hotter than both those other women.
She really is. But I want it better for Priyanka.
I would have been, yo, Nick Jonas is the most successful Jonas. Like, how much better can she get?
Joe is a superior Jonas brother. Everybody knows that Joe's a superior Jonas brother. I'm telling you. Anyway, there's this one moment in the Selena, Nick, Miley drama that's iconic beyond belief. Do you remember the 7 things I hate about you? Your hair, your eyes are all divine. You do not know this?
No.
God, this is when a generation gap comes out.
5 whole years.
5 whole years. So Miley Cyrus had this song called 7 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
and it was a banger. And it was clearly about Nick Jonas. And then I remember the seventh thing was, and the seventh thing I hate the most that you do, you make me love you. But like there was this part where she whips out a photo, and then Nick Jonas' face is scratched out, but you can tell it's Nick Jonas, and she
Yeah.
puts it to the camera like this.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're 13 years old and you see that on the Disney Channel,
Mm-hmm.
your mind is blown. You people were Team Miley, Team Selena. It was insanity, and I think it reminds us of that, because like
Okay.
I remember following that drama the way I should follow politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
But people weren't like into politics back then. Like people were just starting to be like, maybe I should be into politics.
So the thing about this song is that it's the perfect storm. This is what Vulture called it, the perfect storm of quality, gossip, and marketing. And then the marketing was literally accidental because it was mostly on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And then people started like picking it up, and that's how you make music like
Yeah,
go up.
TikTok songs are the most famous songs
Yeah, I
nowadays.
think that's really. And then again, I say teen girls are the backbone of the music industry.
That's true.
They really are,
Mm-hmm.
100%. I'm gonna tell you about the records she broke. So she broke the record for biggest debut in Rolling Stone's history.
Mm-hmm.
The record was previously held by WAP, which I think is great. That like,
Damn, no wonder Cardi had to bring it up.
yeah. She so between January 8 and January 14, she had 76.1 million on-demand audio streams,
Uh-huh.
which is the second biggest in alpha data history.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right now like broke the record of daily Spotify streams. Like nobody else in the world has that record, and that's crazy. She has she's number one in Apple Music in 48 countries, 31 on Spotify, and 14 in YouTube Music.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane. Good for you, Olivia.
Good for you, Olivia. Like I'm really happy for her. So that's like a solid song. She's been like unproblematic. And
So I didn't know who she was until like 5 days ago.
yeah,
So
and most people didn't, because like it's very you can't be number one like that unless people know who you are.
really, yeah, I know that's true.
So that's kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really here for it. And I love her. I love Joshua Bassett. He's valid, because if you read into the drama, what had happened was that Joshua, he was like kind of dating, kind of not dating Olivia, but then Olivia's a minor.
Oh.
And Josh was like 19.
Oh.
So he was like, I'm going to wait for you to turn 18.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably
Yeah, that's what he should do.
an ethical thing to do, Joshua.
Yeah, but she's fully in love with him, and she's like 17 and he's 19. So I understand why she's like, she thinks it's dumb. But Joshua's like, nobody's gonna sue my ass. I'm gonna wait for you to be 18. And then while he was waiting for her to be 18, he met Sabrina Carpenter, who was already his celebrity crush. And now they're dating. So Olivia's like heartbroken. And then she wrote the banger Driver's License about it.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like, I think it's a very like specific kind of like painful situation, because I can't even be mad at Joshua. I like to pick teams in beef.
I know you like to pick teams in beef.
I really like to pick teams, but Joshua's valid, dude. But baby girl Olivia.
Well, I mean, it seems like everyone gets what they want in a way. Joshua gets to be with his celebrity crush, and Olivia gets to have the #1 hit. So it's sort of a God thing happening. What'd you say?
And to drive Cardi B around.
And she has to drive Cardi B around. Yeah, the Lord has spoken.
Okay, this has been a really strange episode.
This has. Are we forgetting anyone? I have a couple other people we haven't talked about that I'd like to talk about.
Funny.
I glossed over Seb earlier, but
I have a cutie patootie on my notes.
I have the cutest, like seriously, I love him on my notes.
I love that he's
farm
like a
stuff.
barn boy.
Yes.
I think that's so funny. And then when Carlos goes, I'm sorry about your cow.
I liked when he said he talks to Courtney about after she sings, and he's like, I hope you don't stop doing makeup, because he says, you make me look the way I feel. And I was like, oh. He had a lot of really great lines.
He's also a good actor. I liked him.
He's a really good actor. He lights up my life every time he was on stage. And I don't know how to explain it. There's some people who have this charisma about them that they don't really need to do anything else.
They don't say anything.
And just their energy lights up the room.
Yep. And he's that.
He's got that.
Absolutely.
What else did I have? Natalie Bagley, the stage manager. I love her. And this is why I love her, because I've been in a lot of theater productions, and I've also worked crew before. Mm-hmm. And she is the quintessential stage manager. Like every stage manager I've ever worked with is her. And also I like that they even included the fact that there was a stage manager in the show, because
I really like that.
Yeah,
because like they get no.
Yeah, stage managers never get any love.
And dude, stage managing is hard. So it's
so hard.
Fuck. I thought it was funny that she had a emotional support.
Hamster. So cute.
I don't know if hamsters can actually be emotional support animals though.
Why not?
I want to know.
I think any animal could be an emotional support animal, because animals are much more empathetic than we are, because they don't have like TV and their phones to distract them from feelings.
Can we talk about the fact that Big Red had the most iconic tap solo of all time at the end?
What solo?
Tap solo.
Oh yeah, he does. That's really cute.
That was funny to me because he couldn't dance. Like, it's a plot hole, kind of, because he can't dance, but then he's randomly like the best tap dancer I've ever seen.
Well, I think that was the cool. When I was watching it, it's clear all of these kids are performance arts theater kids. They are not television actors. Like these kids are meant to be on stage. And that's a lot of the reason I think I said that to you last night. I texted you. I was like, the thing I hate the most about this is that they're stage acting for a camera.
Yeah.
And that's very annoying to me. But at the same time, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, imagine if this was an actual stage show, you would be very impressed.
Yeah.
And so all of them are fantastic dancers, amazing singers. Like even the background people are great. And I think that was cool. Like clearly Big Red is one of those people, but his character's not like that. And so they wanted to showcase him in some way.
I like that. I appreciated that. So he has a great, he and Carlos have the best quotes.
Yeah, he and Carlos have Carlos is awesome. Carlos is probably the most fun character in the show.
Carlos is my favorite. 100%. Carlos. I love with a passion when the teacher's like, aren't you supposed to be somewhere? And he goes, Broadway.
I
know. Iconic. I loved it. And then when Big Red was like, I think I joined a cult. He's talking about theater. It was so funny. And then he's so good with the lights.
He is so good with it. He like picks it up immediately. And then Mr. Mazar is like, would you like to join the robotics club?
And then he throws the can out. It was great.
It was great. I don't have any other notes on the people, but I do want to bring up the fact that the show itself, like the performance, is single-handedly the most unprofessional performance I've ever seen from a high school. First, people's songs are starting late. Actors are changing 2 to 3 times throughout the show. No one's going on time. People keep messing up their lines.
Yeah, People are not off script.
Yeah, like if Nini's worried about this scout seeing her, I wouldn't be worried about which Troy I'm performing with. I'd be worried about the fact that no one is getting the show right.
I loved when Carlos was Chad for 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's
He's
really
like,
funny.
great for me.
It's like, you want to play some ball, bro?
It was great. I loved it. I loved it so much.
My favorite line, I think, in the whole show was, so at the end of the performance, Ricky's like, well, what happens next? And she's like, normally the theater kids cry and we go to Denny's. And I was like, yes, that is
That's literally
exactly
it.
what happens.
I thought that was what I like about this show is that it's really self-aware.
Yeah.
And that's why I really enjoy self-aware television. I absolutely love the love declaration to the point that it made it to my bullet journal.
Oh, we got too close and now everyone can see my face.
Easy.
That's very pretty.
I'm gonna read it to you. Dramatic reading. Before we choose boyfriends.
Before we choose boyfriends or girlfriends.
Or girlfriends.
Do we want to choose one of each? Because there's so many characters in this.
I think we should choose. I mean, I have one of each.
Oh, you have one of each. Okay, we'll do one of each because I have one of each as well.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm gonna perform now. I love you. I loved you since this is the first time you picked up your ukulele and wrote a song about clouds, a silly little song about clouds. I love you. And that night in your room when you told me you loved me, I meant to say it. I meant to say it. And I've kicked myself every day since then because I didn't say it, but I do. I love you. I loved you since the 7th grade when I made you ride in the front row of Demon's Destiny at Six Flags. And you told me sometimes you get a little seasick on roller coasters. And I said, come on, live a little. And then I puked all over your shoes. You didn't even make me feel bad about it. No, you just said, no worries. I've been wanting to get rid of these shoes for a while. Yeah, because you outgrew them. The thing is, I never outgrew you. And I don't really know what happens tomorrow or in 2 minutes when we walk out that door. All I know is I want this feeling to keep going because this whole experience, I'm not ready for it to be over, for us to be, and if that means doing another musical, then fine. And then she goes, I get to pick the musical. Wait, and then we go, fine, that's fine. It's all fine. I just don't want this to be just a showman's, really. I want it to be the real thing. I think it's the real thing. I want a chance to prove it to you. Look, favorite part, incoming, Ricky. In musicals when people burst into song when they're run out of things to say? Yeah. Sometimes it's easier just to kiss.
And then they kiss. And I have a note about that kiss. I said, yo, Ricky and Nini kiss like adults. They do. I'm like, this is not how teenagers kiss. These are adult kisses.
They rehearsed the fuck out of that kiss.
Yo, it's like intense. Because first they like go in and it's open mouth kiss.
Yes.
And then he does the thing where he like touches her chin. I was like, yo, what? Are you guys like 25? 30? Like, what is this?
It was great. It was great. It was great Disney kissing. I loved it.
Oh my God.
Were you like in your feels?
I was in my feels from like the 5th episode on.
It's a good show.
It was a good show.
I hope we did it justice.
I do too. If you guys haven't watched it, go back and watch it. We haven't really ruined anything. There's so many ups and downs to the show too. So
yeah,
it's funny to take in.
Okay, so I want to guess who you pick as boyfriend. Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think that you picked Mr. Mazzara and Ashlyn.
You got one right. I picked Ashlyn as my girlfriend.
Picked Ashlyn, who's a boyfriend.
I would have picked Mr. Mazzara, but I love this other character so much. I don't even care if he probably doesn't like me because I'm a woman. I picked Seb. Yeah.
Aww. I picked Big Red.
Yeah, Big Red was a close second too.
Big Red all the way. Because like the way how he's so supportive and how like he's so in love with Ashlyn but doesn't know how to like and the flowers and the
Everything.
everything about Big Red is great. I also thought it was funny that fucking they're best friends, yet like the only negative thing I have for Big Red is his sleep apnea. That's it.
Yeah, that seems like it would be annoying.
I think I'll get over it. I'll just like listen to a podcast.
It would be weird because it's like, well, just from having to sleep with someone for the last 5 years and knowing how, because I have mixed feelings about sharing a bed with the one I love. Like I love him, and sometimes I really want to be cuddled up with him. Sometimes I don't. But either way, if someone has a sleep apnea mask on, it's going to be a problem because it's like I can't turn away and pretend like you're not there. And then if I want to cuddle up on you, I can't like, because I do this thing where I put my hand on Derek's chest like I'm a cat or something. I like just place it there. And I just like, I got you. And I can't do that if you have a stupid sleep apnea contraption all over you,
Really
like
can't.
Davy Jones or something.
We should do a Pirates of the Caribbean.
We're 100% doing a Pirates of the Caribbean.
I have thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts as well.
We need to watch the fourth one on everything.
I haven't seen the fourth one yet. I don't even know if I've seen the third one. I've definitely seen the first two.
Dead Man's Chest, the third one's iconic. Wait, no. So I also picked
did you pick Ashlyn, your girlfriend?
Yeah, I picked Ashlyn too. She's my favorite character.
She's my favorite character too.
She's my favorite character, and I absolutely love Big Red. I am sure that if I was in this scenario, I would have been in love with Ricky in high school, 100%. But Big Red is the best boyfriend.
He would make a really good boyfriend.
Right? He's so sweet. I can't wait for season 2.
I know. I want to see what musical they do.
They do Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, they're gonna just do Disney musicals.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's Disney. They have the rights.
They should do Beauty and the Beast and then Newsies.
Oh yeah,
that'd be smart.
That would be smart. I mean, they have the rights to a lot of musicals.
Yeah,
they should really do The Lion King.
There's not enough Black people.
Yeah, but I mean, half of the characters are just animals, so it's not like you need to be a specific color.
I thought that on The Lion King on Broadway, they didn't cast white people.
I don't know.
I have no clue. I would love to see it. It's on my bucket list.
Or they could just add more Black people to the cast, which would be nice, Disney.
The creator of that musical is my favorite director that Derek did not mention in his favorite directors.
And who created it?
Julie Taymor.
Oh, okay.
Julie Taymor, who also did Frida and the musical about the Beatles.
Oh, Across the Universe?
Yes, Across the Universe. She is.
I love Across the Universe.
She's really good. I love her work.
Really good. I like what's her face? Damn it. What is her name? She's like in Westworld.
I know. The blonde girl.
13. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I love you, but I can't think of your name.
I understand.
But yeah, that's a good show. A good movie.
Show.
I guess they never did they ever put Across the Universe on stage, or is it just a movie?
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it. She also created Spider-Man the musical, but then had a bunch of like fights with people, and I don't know. She got like off the playbill. I don't know what happened. I want to read into it. But yeah, I love her work. Anyway, we've picked the boyfriends.
This is boyfriend material. That's what we do. We pick boyfriends. Tune in next time and we'll pick another set of, we pick boyfriends, we pick girlfriends, we pick people that we want as mates.
Yes. Wait, do you want Ricky's dad to get with the acting teacher?
Ricky's dad is cute, but he has like mad loser vibes.
You think he's cute? Because I literally texted you that I forgot Ricky's dad was cute, and you said, ew.
He's cute in like that, like I feel bad for you way.
Okay.
Like he's a simp.
He's a simp. Okay, yes. I want them to get together for the sole purpose that I know that we're gonna get a great mockumentary bit of Ricky being like, Ew.
Yeah. It would be really hard for Ricky. That I feel bad for.
Wait, who do you think is gonna play who on the second season?
Well, they won't cast Nene as the lead because they'll have to.
The lead.
Um, well, she made a big point to say she wasn't done with Courtney, and wait till
Yeah,
next.
I would love if Courtney's Belle.
Courtney's Belle would be so cool because I
But
would love to see Belle with like a big booming voice, like because Courtney
yeah,
can belt.
I want Courtney to be Belle. Um, I would love for see, I feel like they're gonna make Ashley and Mrs. Potts. Can
Yeah, I would also be
I
happy
see
with
that?
Ashlyn as Belle. Both of them have really strong voices. They probably are
Yeah,
the strongest singers in the
yes,
cast.
yes. Also, I know she didn't really write it, probably, but the song,
Oh, her song's really good in the show.
ah, goosebumps.
It's probably like
Great,
the best song in the whole show.
great show. Anyway, we love High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yes. Follow us for more boyfriend material. You can follow at BF Material Podcast. Sorry, on Instagram at BF Material Pod. If
That's
you
it.
want to follow us on YouTube, search Boyfriend Material Podcast
Please. And subscribe
and subscribe.
so
It's
we can change
important.
the URL
Yes, that's what we want.
and thumbs it up.
You thumb it up. Leave a comment. Tell us
Leave a
what you think.
comment. Send
Tell
us
us
some.
if you think we're wrong.
Yeah. Tell us if you don't like my background. Tell us stuff.
Tell us your pick of who you would date.
Yes.
And
Follow
follow,
Sam
oh,
at Beth Sam Lopez.
and follow Gabby at Hey Gabby Mendez. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Toodles.